Hello. I was talking to a couple of the teachers the other day, and they said there's a little pause at the start of my assembly videos where I'm just sitting here doing nothing. And what I'm actually waiting for is a little beep on my computer to tell me that it's recording. So I get a little bit of a kind of message saying that recording will start soon. But what it looks like is that recording has started straight away. So I'm kind of sitting here doing nothing, going waiting for the recording to start, but it's already started. So I don't know what's happened, and I've just waffled about it. Right, here is this list of things that we want you guys to be, that actually, when you are these things, when you are enthusiastic and polite and kind and happy and proud and safe and global citizens and confident, or when you're all of these things, it makes you feel like a better person. It makes you feel good about yourself. And a couple of the things that I want to talk about today, because they link to our Pride Month assemblies, are inclusive, accepting, friendly is another important one, thoughtful, unprejudiced, and welcoming. Okay, these are all really important words for us at school, and particularly when we're thinking about Pride Month and when we're thinking about our no outsiders and making sure that we're following the Equality Act, where everybody is welcome at Wincham, no matter whether you identify as a boy or a girl, whether you fancy girls or boys, it just doesn't matter. All, like I said before, 3 legs, 17 legs, green skin, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can come to Wincham and you can be our friend. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit today about the Pride flag. Okay, because we've talked about how this month is Pride Month and there's lots of rainbow stuff around. I talked about our rainbow lanyards. But where do we get this rainbow thing from? Now, a rainbow is a happy thing. You see a rainbow in the sky and it's a sign of positivity, because you can see it when you get a rainbow when it's been raining and then the sun shines, and the sun shines through the rain, separates out the color spectrum, so you see the rainbow. So it's like the sun coming after the rain. So that's a good thing. But where do we actually get the idea of the Pride flag from? Well, this is the story of a guy called Harvey Milk. Okay, Harvey Milk and the rainbow flag. Okay, here we go. It doesn't look quite as good as normal because I've had to scan this from a book. I can't show the actual book on my computer that I'm using today. You have to give them hope. Hope for a better world. Hope for a better tomorrow. There's Harvey lying and dreaming about hope for a better world. Harvey dreamed that everyone, including gay people, would have equality. He dreamed that he and his friends would be treated like everyone else. He dreamed that one day people will be able to live and love as they pleased. So that's pretty much what can happen now, because 2 men can get married, 2 women can get married. So back in the early 60s, when Harvey was thinking about this couldn't have happened. With his New York accent, Harvey talked to everyone about his dream. His voice boomed, his body bounced with energy and excitement. So we're talking about signs here that say, pass a gay rights bill. I love my gay son. Because, again, in the early 1960s, people weren't comfortable saying this sort of thing. It wasn't okay to be gay. And we've said in school that it doesn't matter if a man falls in love with a man, or a woman falls in love with a woman, or whatever. So people would argue with this. People would say no to being gay. Gays must go. People said that it wasn't right. And we know that's the wrong thing to do, because it's not making people feel welcome. And actually, you can love whoever you want to. And we know that at Wincham. So this is something that happened in the early 1960s. So we're talking 60 years ago at this point. So this is a story set 60 years ago. Harvey's big voice and his big dream wouldn't be stopped. He discovered that the best way to change laws was to help make laws. And in 1977, Harvey Milk took a big step towards that dream when he became one of the first openly gay people to be elected to political office in the United States. Now, that's a really big deal, because people would hide the fact that they were gay. And it wasn't accepted in the way that it is today. So he was a role model. Now, I've talked to people a lot in the past in school about being a role model. year 6 particularly, you guys are role models for the younger children who look up to you. So he was a role model for all of these other gay people who were standing at home going, well, maybe I could tell everybody that I'm gay as well, because he has, and it's okay. A symbol, he thought. We need a symbol that shows who we are and how we feel. So we've got lots of symbols, lots of signs, lots of labels, like we talked about in assembly on Monday. So here we've got the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament, CND. We've got a Dove of Peace. We've got recycling. We've got the United Nations. Okay, and a lot of you have got that Wincham logo on your T-shirts or your jumpers. Harvey knew an artist who could help, Gilbert Baker. Harvey asked. Gilbert said, we need a flag. Harvey, Gilbert, and the other activists had a flag with 8 colourful stripes, a flag that Harvey hoped would give hope. Rights are won only by those who make their voices heard. That's really important. If you feel that you're not getting what you're entitled to, then you should say. Absolutely, because everybody is entitled to feel safe. Everybody is entitled to be who they are and to feel what they want. So if you want that right, then absolutely, you say that. And this is what Harvey did. So all these people are showing rainbows in some way, shape or form. It doesn't matter whether you're disabled, whether you're a man or a woman, whether you're young or old. Everybody was supporting that movement. Well, not quite everybody. See, this is the problem. 5 months later, on the morning of November the 27th, 1978 now, Harvey and the mayor of San Francisco, George Moscone, were assassinated. They were killed. Their lives were taken by a man who didn't think like Harvey or feel like him or love like him. So this person felt so strongly that gay people shouldn't have the same rights that he shot Harvey. So we know these things are wrong. And now that would, well, obviously to kill somebody is illegal, but to discriminate against somebody who is gay, to treat somebody who is gay or lesbian or bisexual or transgender differently is wrong. It's against the law. And we, just like we would say that racism is wrong, homophobic bullying is wrong as well. Okay. So the flag didn't fly that night, that dark, sad night. Instead, thousands and thousands of people marched silently, carrying candles. The candlelight wove through the streets of San Francisco, up and down hills and around the city buildings. A mile of glowing candlelight to remember the 2 lives lost. That could have been the end of Harvey's dream and the colourful flag, but it wasn't. Here we go. All those flags making up the word hope. More rainbow flags were created. Some of the colours changed. 8 stripes became 6 stripes, but the meaning of the flag didn't change. It was a flag of equality. More and more people began to think of the flag as their flag, and they began to feel pride. They began to feel pride in who they were. In 1994, Gilbert Baker designed another rainbow flag. This one, I'm struggling to read all this. This was longer than all of the rest. And people, women and men, side by side, carried the flag, a proud mile-long rainbow floating through New York City. The flag wove through the streets, up and down avenues and boulevards and around city buildings. The people demanded equality. They demanded to be treated like everybody else. They demanded to live and love as they pleased. I ask for the movement to continue, for the movement to grow. So remembering what Harvey Milk did, saying we want to be treated equally. More rainbow flags were created. Some were printed on bumper stickers and T-shirts. Others were hoisted onto lampposts in Halsted Street in Chicago. One was hung in the Museum of Modern Art in New York City, and soon the rainbow flag was flying in other countries like Brazil, England, Israel, Russia, Singapore, and Turkey. The rainbow flag now unfurled on farms, in suburbs, and in cities. The flag flew proudly outside public buildings, hotels, shops, restaurants, churches, and homes. And even there on the White House, where the President of the United States lives. Equality, pride, hope, and love. Harvey's dream became a flag for us all. So there we go, guys. A bit of the history of the Pride flag. Now, I think Harvey Milk was an absolutely amazing person because he was brave enough to stand up and say, this is what I believe in. This is what I want. This is what I deserve. And he said that all people are equal, no matter who we love. And that's really important. And that's reflected for us in those words that I showed you at the start, that's around in your classroom, that basically says we all want to be inclusive. That means that we include everybody. It doesn't mean we include people who are very similar to us and not others. It means we include everyone. Nobody at Wincham cares if a boy fancies another boy, a girl fancies another girl, a woman fancies another man or woman. Doesn't matter. Just like it doesn't matter about the colour of your skin or your religion. So there you go. That's why we all wear our rainbow lanyards. Obviously, I'm at home and my lanyard is at school. But you will see that rainbow flag right the way throughout June and throughout the rest of the year as well. But with June being Pride Month, this is why we use the word pride, because people are showing pride in who they are. Have a lovely rest of the day, guys. Don't get too hot. It's very warm. Have a lovely day and have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.